Hi, I'm Maggie Weldon from Maggie's Crochet, and this Saturate Bobble Scarf video is sponsored by Premier Yarns. For this scarf, I use Premier Yarns Deborah Norville Collection Saturate yarn, and this yarn comes in 6 gorgeous colors, and it's a very lightweight yarn that works up quickly, and it's a bulky number 5 yarn. And this beautiful scarf is sure to keep you warm and toasty all winter long, especially if you wear it with the matching hat, which you see right here. And this hat is available in another video. The skill level for these projects is intermediate. The finished measurements for the scarf is a very long 88 inches by 5.5 inches wide, and that equates to 224 centimeters by 14 centimeters. And the materials for the scarf is the Saturate yarn. In the color here is clematis, and this is 4 balls for the scarf. And the hook that I use is a size M, which is a 13 or 9 millimeter crochet hook, and or the size needed for gauge. Now the gauge is really important on the hat, but it's not as important on the scarf. And then the extras that you will need is a yarn needle. And then these faux fur pom-poms really finish off the projects for the scarf and the hat. And they're available in several colors. Here's like white and black, and then you see the gray here. And this one's called lemon lime here. And there's a bunch of other colors available also. So the links to everything will be listed below this video, and let's get started with your lesson. So here's a close-up of the stand-out scarf, and it also matches the stand-out ear flap hat that's in a separate video. This scarf is created by working along the long side of the scarf, and to start it you chain 196. So you'll be working from the long side over, and you'll be working across the width. And this pattern stitch matches the stitch that's in the hat, and it's really an adorable set. When you get done with it, you're going to gather the ends of the rows and then sew this beautiful faux fur pom-pom onto the ends of the scarf, and it really adds a lot to it. So to get started, I'm just going to show you a little sample of the pattern stitch. So I've chained 13 for my sample. It's a multiple of 3 for the pattern stitch. And in the directions, it tells you to single crochet in the second chain from hook. So I've got my chain here, and I'm just going to single crochet in the second chain like that. Then I'm going to single crochet in each chain across. So I will have 12 single crochets if all goes well. And there's different ways to work into that chain. You can work into 2 loops of the chain. I'm just working in the top loop because it's the fastest for the videos. Okay, so I should have a multiple of 3 stitches here. Okay, there's that. Now the pattern starts with chain 1 turn. I'm going to single crochet in the first single crochet. Then I am going to yarn over, draw up a loop in the next single crochet right there. I'm going to hold that here, yarn over again. Now I'm going to move my finger and hold that. Go back in the same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, and I'm giving it some height here. It's probably about a 1/2 inch. The first digit of your finger is about 1 inch, so you can gauge it like that by looking up at it. Now I'm going to do that one more time, yarn over, hold this, go back in, yarn over, bring that loop up, yarn over, and draw through all those loops on your hook. And that creates the little popcorn or the puff stitch. Then you single crochet in the next 2 stitches. And then you do the same thing again, the puff stitch again. So you draw up a loop, yarn over, go back in the same stitch. Draw up a loop, yarn over, go back in the same stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over, and draw through all those loops on your hook like that. Single crochet in the next 2, yarn over, Go into the next single, draw up a loop, give it some height, hold it here, then move that down, hold that, go back in, yarn over, pull up a loop, I'm giving it height, yarn over, hold that down, go back in, pull up a loop, yarn over, and draw through all the loops on your hook. And then single the next two. And then I'm gonna do another popcorn like that, draw through all those, and then I'm just gonna single in the last. This is just a sample. Just like that. Okay, now chain one turn, and then this row, it's a right side facing row, is just single crochets across. So all the wrong side rows will have puff stitches, and all the right side rows will be solid single crochet stitches. Okay, so that's pattern row 2 right there. And it's row 3 of my little sample. Okay, now you just chain one turn and work the same row again. You single crochet in, no, it's a little bit different. You single crochet in 2. And then you work a puff stitch. Like that, and then you single crochet in 2. So you just keep going, and your wrong side rows are going to be popcorns or puff stitches, I like to call them, and your right side rows are going to be single crochet, and you just keep rotating between those 2 rows, and your final row is going to be a single crochet row also. So when you get all your rows done for your scarf, when you're finished with your last stitch, you just yarn over and make a chain like this, and pull this, the knot side and the back tight like that. And then I'm going to finish off leaving a very long end, because what needs to happen here is that you use the long end and you gather all the sides of the rows, and then you attach the pom-pom to the end. So I'm going to leave probably at least 12, maybe 18 inches. It doesn't hurt to have it too long. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull, let me get that in the background. I'm going to pull that strand all the way out, and then I'm going to thread that yarn onto a yarn needle. Let me flip this end over here. Okay, so this would be the bottom of your scarf right here. And these are the sides of the rows, and you would just take your yarn and your needle and weave the needle through the sides of the rows. Just like that. I've never seen this done before, but I think it's adorable. Especially with the pom-poms. It's neat. Okay, so you want to make sure that you land up in the very corner, the very end of the last row on the opposite side. Just like this. So I've woven the yarn in and out of the ends of the rows, and you'll do this on each side, and then just gather it like this. And on the wrong side here, okay, I'm gathering it. I'm not going to pull it like super tight, but I've got it pretty snug in there. So now you need to just secure that, and you can do that by going back to the first row over here, and then go back and forth between the first and the last row. So it'll just kind of like connect them together, and it's all gathered at the bottom. So I would say at least 3 times going over that to secure it. And then you want to take, since this is the white, you don't want to feed in your end on the black side over here. You want to go over to the white side over here, because then your strand won't show. Okay, so I just, you know, kind of weave it back in. And I always cut flat like this. All right, now these pom-poms from Premier, they come in several great colors, and you can use these for different color combinations. And the color that I have here is the gray, so I thought the gray would look good with that, or the white would look good with this too. So I'll just use the white here. Now these pom-poms, they come with strings already attached to them, so it's really easy. There's like 4 little strands right here, so I'm splitting them off 2 and 2. And then all I need to do is separate that. I'm going to go in here around each side of my gather right there. Right here, I'm going to hook the strand and bring it to the inside here of my scarf. And then I'm going to go on the other side of my little gather. And I'm working from the wrong side, and I'm going out to the right side to pull these in. Like that. And then I'm going to pull those 2 strings up and just tie a knot right there and connect the pom-pom to the bottom of the scarf. So that's all you do. You just tie a knot down there, and then when you go to the right side, it's going to look like that. And then the back side's gonna, the wrong side's gonna look great too in this pattern, and the right side is just going to look a little better because you've got those puff stitches showing on the right side. So that completes our project, and I want to thank you very much for watching. And the links to everything, the pattern, the hooks, the yarn, everything are listed below the video. And I hope that you subscribe to our channel.